Welcome home, Raiders. Tonight, we've got more giveaways. We've got lots of, actually, some pretty cool news as well. Happy Winter Veil from CTR. This is CTR 374.
You're listening to Convert to Raid. Convert to Raid. The podcast for raiders in the world of Warcraft.
From the CTR Command Center and Broadcast Emporium in Sacramento, California. Today is December 17th, 2019, and it is, I think, officially the last show of the decade. The last live show, well, for CTR, of the decade. Thanks for joining us from around the world of Warcraft. My name is Pat Crane. I'm your host, and as always, the players are here. Let's start from my right, your left. And we'll go to the wonderful and talented Thyst. Hello, Thyst. Oh, wait, hold on a sec. I forgot once again. I'm sorry. Oh, I am so sorry. You were muted. I do it out of love.
No, you do it out of necessity, and I understand that.
Right.
You really should mute me at all costs.
No, it's not you that I'm muting. It's actually the other one.
Oh.
Yeah, it's because you never know what's going to be happening, what's going to be coming out of the face parts of Warcraft Stats. Hello, Stats. No.
Good evening. No, I'm just joking. I was joking. I got you.
I had to check.
Pat.
Yeah.
I've been playing Alliance this week, Pat.
Good for you.
Which is part of the reason why I've got the Horde background, but one thing I found, though, that Alliance raid leaders, they like to send Worgen rogues ahead to stealthily scout out dungeons.
Oh, yeah? Why is that?
Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg. All right. Wait, where's my...
Yeah.
Do I have my crickets at the ready?
Go on, put me back on mute again.
Where the hell? Yeah, I'm going to put you back on mute. No.
I like that one.
She always does. She's
Snoop Dogg.
Thyst, you're way too easy to please.
I know. It's detrimental.
Yeah, it really is.
If chat is the marker, then I'm falling short.
Right.
Chat doesn't like it.
Well, so somebody's got to play the heel on this show. Well, welcome, guys. Welcome, Twitch chat. Welcome to all you guys carrying us around with you wherever you go. And happy Winter Veil officially, because now it has kicked off, right?
Yay!
It's officially kicked off.
Yeah, yesterday.
So I'm just going to kind of jump right into the kind of news, I guess. But I mean, Thyst, I know you were out saving Metzen, right?
Of course.
And saving Winter Veil just in general.
Mm-hmm.
What's new?
Two things are new this year. The coolest thing is there's a sleigh with reindeer in Orgrimmar and Ironforge, I believe.
Yep, it's in Ironforge. I tried it today. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, you can jump on the sleigh. You can jump on a reindeer, and it's kind of just flies around, and you can choose to stay on or you can hop off. It's up to you, but I don't know, it's just fun. It's festive, frugal, because it doesn't cost anything.
Right. It's just it's like a half a loop around Ironforge.
Yeah.
Ironforge, it's just a short trip.
In Orgrimmar. And then there's also a new hat for Pepe.
Right.
It's like a little Santa hat with a beard, if you're into collecting Pepe appearances. So that's what's new this year. But everything else, you already know. There are some presents that we might get on the Feast of Winter Veil that we don't know about yet.
Ooh.
But yeah, everything else is pretty much the same.
So Stats, are you big into Pepe?
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
No.
Me either.
I haven't really done the Pepe thing. I occasionally, now and again, when I'm looking for some achievements to do, I'll scroll down and there's the Pepe this and the Pepe that and do the Pepe there and here, and I go, and then I don't.
Right.
So maybe this is the year I remove the humbug and I go find myself a Pepe and get him a little Christmas outfit.
Look at that.
You know what? I'm going to do that this year. I'm going to show you that I'm not.
You don't have to. I mean, it's not like you need to prove anything to me. You're a fine man, and I'm not going to cast dispersions upon you or anything like that. So
you're just not like you're not going to let me take your Scrooge title, are you, Pat?
No, I really like that title.
Okay.
And plus I have the McCree Scrooge skin in Overwatch.
Okay.
That's the one that I'm rocking right now when I'm playing McCree.
I've got the new one, the Mountain Man one, where he looks all old with his white beard.
Yeah.
Love it.
Nice.
McCree's always like lying on the floor for me, dead. That's my McCree.
He's usually quickly doing that for me as well. So
yeah, I go with the Bastion Christmas skin because that's how I play.
Now,
Overwatch.
which one? Is it the gift wrap one or the new one? Because they have a new one, right?
The gift wrap. Well, I didn't know there was a new one for Bastion. Is there a new one?
I think there's a new one for this year. I think it's the Avalanche
Bastion.
one, right? Is the
That
Avalanche?
was last year.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay. I still don't have that one.
I'll have to check that out. But that's how I play Overwatch. I turn into a turret and blow stuff up.
As long as you can get a shield, you're fine.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. I was playing Hamster today in a death match. Like, you know how you can choose like what you do while you wait for your match to start up.
Yeah.
I was playing Hamster in deathmatch intermission, I guess, and it's fun because you don't die as quick.
That's true. I've only played Hamster.
Because I know I'm not gonna like one shot somebody in that. I'm just not good. That's not my game. My game is not as a sniper. So you gotta choose your battles, so to speak.
Yeah. And Hamster's not a great sniper, but
Right.
In capable hands, he can do quite a lot. I would know.
Right. And you've been playing a lot of Overwatch, I'm assuming.
Of course, I always play a lot of Overwatch.
And I know that you were playing a lot of WoW lately.
Mm-hmm. I have been, yes. We did that Timewalking thing.
How was that?
So we did Firelands last week.
Yeah.
And it was surprisingly very challenging. We actually had some people in our raid team who had never done it.
Yeah.
Currently, like when it was current. So, it took a little, and then none of us could, some of us had memories. Like we kind of remembered a little bit how the fights were going, but like Firelands was a challenging, experience, and it's no different during Timewalking. And we wiped on pretty much every boss.
Wow.
A couple times. And
did you make it all the way through?
Oh yeah, but it took the whole raid night, like 3.5 hours to get it done, and it was just really, really fun because it was a good mix of nostalgia, which us millennials love, and a good challenge, but also a challenge we knew we could do. So,
do you have a favorite fight?
No,
I
don't.
I really don't. They all suck.
I know. I mean,
they're all terrible.
Yeah,
the
Ragnaros fight is, it's a classic. So
dude,
it's fun to do.
That is so chaotic at the end. Like the last minute of that fight is just everything being thrown at you. All the meatballs, all the fire, everything. So
yeah,
it's pretty
and
wild.
as a fire mage, like it gets very confusing because you can't see your spells. Sometimes you can't even see your own self.
Sure.
There's too much fire.
I get it. Stats, what have you been up to? What have you done, the Firelands thing or AV or anything like that?
No, I've been actually. I played a little bit of Alliance, and I've been back leveling a Horde toon. So I've never played a Shaman. I talked about this last week, a Shaman or a Shaman, until I rolled one with Thyst Guild this week. So I've been leveling that up. It's excellent. I'm enjoying it. Yeah, it's good fun.
It's excellent. Oh,
yes. I know. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I'm sick. I need a healer, actually. I need a debuff. That's what I need this week.
I'll heal you.
No.
He's a healer.
Sorry, you're out of range.
He just chucks like cough drops at me.
Right.
No, it's been good fun, actually. I like leveling.
What level are you up to on that character?
Oh, only about 40 or so. Nothing. No great shakes, but
because I was playing Shaman as well this week, because I was trying to level her up to 120 from one. I started out at 110 before the 15th anniversary event, and then I've just been playing like AV and doing some light leveling here and there and whatever, and I'm up to like 118 now.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So it's coming along. She'll be 120 by the time the 15th anniversary stuff ends, I think. Maybe just a couple more AVs.
I keep saying it. It's one of the things I'm really looking forward to with the next expansion. I can't wait till they have that 10 to 60 leveling experience, and you can just do it anywhere. And I'll just be firing tunes up to max level all the time. And I can't
wait for the new DK area, which we'll actually see in 8.3 coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I mean, we've got some stuff to talk about with DKs definitely as we approach 8.3. Some cool stuff, actually, some really neat stuff. Yeah. So it's been a fun week. And the other part of the other part of our week, guys, is this giveaway thing that we're doing. And I'm gonna start up the music. Right. We'll duck it down a little bit here. Here we go. So we've been doing like all last week. We did or last show. We talked about how we were doing this and what it is and all the kind of stuff. Basically, here's the deal. We've got a question of the week. All you need to do is answer it either on Twitter or in our Discord, and you are put into the mix for folks that can win. And we have a couple of restrictions. We'll get to that in a second. But our big prizes are a BlizzCon 2019 Footman, and I like saying Footman.
Footman?
I don't know why. He's actually got 2 feet, so maybe he's a feet man.
Ew.
Now that sounds weird. You're right.
Yep.
It does. We also have a WoW 15th Anniversary Collector's Edition, Shadowlands Epic Edition code, 90-day game time codes for folks as well, plus pets and mounts and stuff like that. And we have selected our winners from last week, but stick around because we're going to be giving you the new question of the week here shortly. But first, maybe we should go over last week's answers, like some of the cool answers that we found. Thyst, do you want to kick us off from one of the ones that you saw?
I saw so many.
From last week that you want to talk about?
Yeah, okay. So Risa/Wildfang from the CTR Discord said, weight and height combinations instead of just racially. I would love to make a shorter, small human priestess.
One of the things that I saw a lot of was a lot of sliders.
Yes.
People want sliders.
I want that too. Like height, width, like nose length, ear length, tail length, horn length, just all of that. Just sliders, specific sliders for all of those things. And, like I know some people get overwhelmed with too many customization features and options. There could be a default built in, like if you want to look like a classic, let's just say you've chosen a Tauren and you have the opportunity to make it really tall or short or stout or lean or, the horn size or the ear length or whatever, the tail length. You have all those options, but you have the option to just go default and everything is just the way it is. So you don't have to worry about it if you don't want to, but sliders would be great. Yeah, no, and I know that people are like, I'm tired of my elves, night elf or blood elf ears clipping through everything and blah blah blah. Like these kind of like these little pet peeves and stuff like that. You got anything like that you want, Stats?
Personally?
Yeah, sure.
I'm not sure. I haven't thought too much about it. I think being a big fan of the Tauren, I like a lot of the tattoo options and stuff on the high mountain. So why not tattoos for everybody?
Tattoos for everybody.
All the millennials have tattoos these days, so stick them in the game. Let's have loads of them.
Right.
It could be like the tabard system.
Yeah, exactly. Huge sleeves of stuff. That's what I like to see.
And that's, I saw a lot of tattoo things. I saw a lot of just like personal, like this one from Patsian, I think is what the name is. I would like more light shining around me on my Disc Priest and more void tentacles around me on my Shadow Priest. So if you're in a certain spec, you want to have like almost like an aura, except not a paladin one, like a personal one.
Yeah.
So that could be kind of cool.
And not just you either. I like the suggestion from Lizzie Borden here. I'd love to be able to change the look of my hunter pet after I've tamed it. Just a little customization to make it more mine, not the same as what every other hunter has. So
yeah, maybe like a color slider or something like that. You know? I mean, there are so many different things, and people are talking about different colors, like being able to change colors for armor, and I'm trying to remember all the other ones. I don't even know. Thyst, you got any other ones?
Yeah, we got lots. So, Solified says, I would want two things. More tattoos, since I have a bunch myself. I want my human to also be covered in them. Mm-hmm. Second, I want a dye system to change the color of any armor you have. Other games do it, WoW can do it better. So yeah, exactly what you're talking about.
Right.
And it's true, and going back to almost every piece of armor in the game already has some color variation. So it would be cool if we could flip through some of those, or going back to the hunter pet thing, there's for every model pretty much there is a color variant somewhere out in the world. So I'm trying to justify it wouldn't be that difficult, right? But of course it would be a huge undertaking for the WoW team, but it's not completely out of the question.
Well, and it's like the dye system, they've actually done that in whatchamacallit, Diablo. Yeah. So, I mean, hey, they already know how to do it, just maybe not in WoW.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what's going on. All right, so that's kind of what we've been talking about on Twitter and in Discord as far as the answers for this last week. And thank you guys for participating in that. It was really enjoyable to kind of see all the different cool answers that you guys were giving. And I want to congratulate our winners. We have big winners, and I'm going to play the big winner. Where's the big winner thing? Do I have it?
Stop saying big winner.
That's not really. This really isn't the right music, but that's all right. So we have for the big winners, we have Big Bad Weasel. That's his name, not my name for him. And he gets the 15th anniversary collector's edition. So congratulations to him.
Big Bad Weasel.
And then we have Demon Vita, who won the BlizzCon Footman statue. Big congratulations. And we have some other people that haven't necessarily confirmed yet. So I don't necessarily want to say the ones that haven't confirmed, because if they don't confirm after a while, I might just keep it myself.
No, you will not do that.
But we still have one Shadowlands Epic Edition that's out there that has yet to be claimed. But I have spoken to 3 other people that have 90 days of game time coming their way. WoW Huntress, the James Bacon, and Suraven. There we go. And also Jadea won a pet. And we have one other person that has yet to claim their mount, but we have all of that stuff going, and we have another week of giveaways. Once again, of the 15th anniversary collector's edition. We had the BlizzCon Footman from this last year's BlizzCon. We have Shadowlands Epic Edition, another one. And we have 3 more 90-day game time codes, plus another pet, plus another mount. So same damn thing. We're doing it week number 2. And feel free to talk to us on Twitter and in Discord.
Wow, that's the spirit of giving, Patrick.
It is.
And it's actually it's a Winter Veil miracle that we're able to bring all this to you.
It's like so we've got one more chance then. That's what you're saying. I've got one more chance.
You have 0 chances. You have 0 chances. the people that listen to the show, they have yet another chance, another way of doing it. And
so, how did we pick these winners, Patrick?
Oh, so randomly twice, really.
Double random.
It was double random. We did double random for this last selection for the winners that I mentioned before. Thyst, you picked a bunch of winners, a bunch of names from our Twitter stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I picked a bunch of names from our Discord stuff. We jumbled them together, random numberized them, and then drew them out of a hat, essentially.
Yep.
Oh.
So it was good.
I just picked my name, but you didn't respond to me.
Well,
you got nothing.
I got nothing.
Right.
But you know what? We shouldn't be calling this Winter Veil. For CTR, this should be called Winner Veil. That's what we should be calling.
Winner Veil.
Winner Veil.
That's so good.
Winner
missed
Veil.
the opportunity.
We can do this for this
Winner
week.
Veil.
We can do this for this week, though.
Mm-hmm.
Winner Veil.
Winner Veil.
Let's layer up the hype.
Right. And yes, I see the question in chat. We have not said that you cannot talk to us in both Twitter and in Discord if you feel like it. That is up to you.
Mm-hmm.
Winners are random, double random. So
double random. All you need to do is give us your peace of mind, your opinion, an answer to the question. Try to make it legible, readable.
Right.
Because
and
we like to read these things.
And if you're talking to us on Twitter, just make sure to @ConvertToRaid on your tweet, and also maybe like hashtag it. This week we'll do Winner Veil CTR.
Ooh,
hashtag Winner Veil CTR. Yes, and also in chat now. There we go. And this week, Thyst, what is the question?
The question of this week is, what was your favorite thing in game in 2019?
In 2019. Look at that.
Yes.
So what was your favorite? What was your favorite? Do you have a top moment, in-game top moment for 2019? Let us know. Talk to us in Discord and on Twitter. And if you're on Twitter, once again, hashtag WinnerVeil. And for physical prizes, got to be in the US. That's the thing. The rest of them, codes may only be, some of them may only be North America. Just letting you know.
It's all very complicated.
It is. There may be some restrictions. So if you're in the States, though, it's no problem whatsoever.
If you're in Europe, unlucky.
Yeah, well, yeah, we could still maybe get you some. We could get you a mount or a pet or something like that, or some game time maybe.
Yeah, that's a thing.
We'll talk after. I want to.
There's still prizes to be had. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it may not be the 15th anniversary thing if you're in Europe, but you can still win stuff.
Yeah.
And
or
free
even
stuff
have the chance for your comment to be read on CTR.
There you go. That's another one. So let's talk a little bit about this, since this is the last show of the year and the last show of the decade, really, which seems weird.
That's so weird.
Seems really weird. But do you guys have a favorite moment? Now, just to remind everybody where we were in January of last year. January of last year when we first kicked off the show, I looked back at the notes. We were talking about 8.1.5 being on the PTR. We were telling you all about the Battle of Dazar'alor and what was going to happen there. And to be fair, we were recovering from BlizzCon 2018 still. So
yeah,
which was bad, and there was other bad stuff that happened after, like in February. I'm trying not to talk about that stuff, but I just remember it and I'm like, oof. But there was also a lot of good stuff in game.
Of course, yeah.
For me, meeting up with new friends, new team, downing, getting last week, our team got AOTC. So that was very nice. And a big congratulations to everybody at the Catalina Wine Mixer. So I love that team name.
It's just
it's great. It's great. So that was pretty sweet. How about you guys? Do you guys have a favorite moment, favorite game time of 2019?
I think for me, I'd have to say the So when Classic rolled out this year, my little dude, Mini Stats, who you've met, he rolled some Classic with me, and he hasn't really played a lot of World of Warcraft. He's a Fortnite, Overwatch type of gamer.
Sure,
he's a kid, so he likes the fast-paced stuff. But it was a moment for me to complete my first dungeon with my son at the same time, in the same group, after playing this game for 15 years, just after the 15th anniversary. It's kind of cool to actually finally run through a Warcraft dungeon with my son and complete one, and that's what we did. So that for me was not just nostalgic, but it was kind of cool. It's like family time.
That's really sweet. So how was it? I mean, obviously it brings back some good memories for you, but I mean, so what dungeon was it? Do you remember?
Dead Mines.
Dead Mines.
Yes. So we both scraped our way through Westfall and a little bit into the next zone, and we got a little group together, a couple of friends who I've played with for years. We formed a group, and I tanked it, and my son DPS'd it. Still does more DPS than his dad does after 15 years of playing this game. But it was kind of nice. It was kind of weird as well. It was weird having this game be part of your life for that long. Dip back into Classic, which was on offer this year to play from the start, and have your son, who was not born for 2 more years,
right,
come in and run a dungeon with you. So I thought that was pretty cool. It was a good experience.
That's so cool.
That is cool. So is he? Of course. Go ahead.
Yeah, of course. At the end of it, he's like, "It's a bit slow paced, this dad." So he dips in from time to time. But I mean, if we're being honest, he's an Overwatch kid. He's a Fortnite kid. He likes what he likes. He plays what his friends play. But what's really nice is that just now and again he'll dip back in with dad and play some World of Warcraft. And you could have given me world first Mythic Ashara, and it wouldn't have been as cool as finally doing a dungeon with my son.
Oh, I need a sound on my soundboard that is more like an awe or a heartstrings type of thing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's farts.
Like that. That's pretty good. Yeah, all I have is that. So sorry about that.
That's okay.
Thyst, how about you? Do you have a favorite moment from 2019?
I have so many. In game specifically, though, I think the time between Legion ending and BFA beginning, where we were doing those, all of that world PvP, and there was a time right after the Battle of Undercity where was that this year? I think
Battle
it was.
Of Undercity?
Yeah, right in front of the ruins.
Oh, that was, well, technically I think that was 2018.
Was it really?
I think so, because
it was near the burning of the tree and stuff, right?
Yeah, because that was all like right away.
Yeah, that was
BFA,
leading into
right?
it.
So
yeah, well,
you can still talk about it. Don't worry about it. I'm not.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to use it as an example, but just all of the world PvP leading up to BFA, and then going into BFA and having war mode be a thing, and all of these incentives for people to go and do world PvP. And I think, experiencing BFA for the first time, the beginning of every expansion is memorable and incredible. But this one was especially fun for me because I got to have those moments that I've never really had before, where, it was like a 40-man group of Horde just like combing the desert looking for stragglers and obliterating everything in their path. And I had metal on, like cranked in my ears, and I had 39 Horde mates like with me, and we're all riding across the desert because nobody can fly yet, searching for our enemies. And we'd find one or two and just destroy them, but then we'd come across another large group of alliance, and we'd be battling at night in the desert with metal playing. And it was just like, it was such a huge to me, it was such a huge it was starting off a BFA with a bang, really.
Sure.
And I've just been having fun with world PvP ever since. I mean, it's been flip-flopping kind of this entire time, but and aside from that, just all of the dungeons and the raids in this expansion so far have been truly satisfying and really, really fun, and definitely I don't know, because in Legion I missed WAD dungeons and raids,
Okay.
and now I don't know. I feel like BFA kind of I don't know, had better dungeons and raids than Legion. Maybe.
All right.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
It's hard to compare them because I like them so much, but yeah. Just,
I've been enjoying the content too. I mean, the dungeons have been great. The raids have been really super cool and great story all the way through. I would say that, all of the cinematics, especially this year, with everything leading up to Sourfang's unfortunate demise, like all of those different cinematics that were just so cool. And so it seemed like it was like this year, or actually in the last couple of years, really, lore has come to the forefront of World of Warcraft, which is where it should have always been, in a way that maybe that I didn't feel before, because I am not big on reading quests. People know this about me.
I'm big on reading anything.
But if you give me a cinematic, man, I will devour that thing. And just, so it's been really cool to see all these both in-game cinematics and those grandiose, big CG things that are going on. So, I mean, it's been fantastic from that standpoint as well.
It has. I think the story on both sides, and I've played through both now, thankfully, it's really well done. I mean, BFA has had its issues. We all know what they are, but raw story, start to finish, doing the quest lines on both factions was huge. And let's not forget, I think this year especially has been a banner year, a stellar year in the world first races. And I talked about this a bit last week, and just how good that entertainment and that side of displaying WoW has been. It's never been as good as it has been this year, and I'm looking forward to that continuing, because it's epic.
Yeah,
they do such a good job with it.
I think that and the rest of the esports stuff has been on point all year long, and so it's just kind of a question of how do you continue that success. And this year we're going to see Overwatch League go around the world to all these different home stadiums. It's going to be cool to see how that plays out, along with everything else, like the MDI, like all the world first stuff, like arena and so on, all these other things that we know and love already. But man, so cool. Like lots of cool stuff this year.
I know. I'm so excited.
So what's been yours? What's been your top in-game moment for 2019? We'd love to hear from you. Once again, this is for all those prizes that we talked about before. And just hit us up on Twitter @ConvertToRaid and use that hashtag WinnerVeil CTR, or in Discord. And you can find our Discord if you're looking for the instant invite. I'm not going to give you all the little numbers and stuff like that. Let me give you a link instead. It's discord.converttoraid.com. Just go to that URL and it'll whisk you away to the invite. So there. Anything else, guys? For right now?
I mean, no.
I mean, we're going to dive into the news. So,
well, yeah.
Maybe we should just do that.
A clever strategy.
Thank you, Thrall. First up, we've got some news just today. And it's very important news if you're a WarCraft 3 fan. Because WarCraft 3 Reforged releases on January 28th. So we're only just a little bit over a month away from seeing Warcraft 3 Reforged come around. So
yeah,
cool.
I didn't expect them to announce that today, but I'm glad they did. That's really exciting. I was playing that a little bit, the beta. No, I wasn't. Yes, I was. Yeah, I was. Man, I'm rusty.
Yeah. I never played it, and so it will be interesting to see what happens when it hits live. I'm gonna play it. We'll see if it scratches that itch for me or not. I don't know.
Man, more Warcraft. Like this is great. Like 2020, we're gonna have so much Warcraft.
I know.
There's a WoW proper, WoW classic, WoW free. Like it's just the best problem to have, really.
Yeah, and then also I also consider Hearthstone to be part of the Warcraft franchise since it is all Warcraft characters and stuff.
I'll take it.
Yeah. Stats, do you have the download for Warcraft 3?
I do. I am picking up the Spoils of War edition.
Oh, nice.
Because of all the things, and there's a lot of things as well. There's all the meat wagon mount and the card back for Hearthstone and all the things in Overwatch. So yeah, I mean, what I'm saying is that I might not play much of the game, but Blizzard's getting my money anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I have the meat wagon as well. That's it's one of the when it first released, it was hands down best mount ever. Because it actually chucked the meat out. Now they actually took it back, so now it's not chucking meat all over the place. It's for the vegans.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's just chucking like Brussels sprouts now.
Right.
Yeah, the sprout wagon.
It's the
vegan
sprout wagon.
Vegan wagon.
Vegan wagon.
I was playing the beta the other day, and I went into a custom game, and I was doing my thing, and like that's how I started my Warcraft career. Like my dad had the excellent foresight to pick up the original Warcraft back in the day and bring it home on his work laptop and let me play on it. And I fell in love with peons immediately. Like I never was interested in humans. I was already a human. I was like, there's no fun in that. And so, I'm playing around. I'm telling my peons what to do, work, whatever. And all of a sudden, some like higher level NPC just comes along and kills my peons. And I literally like rage quit out of the match. There was like four other people in there. Yeah, I wasn't mad per se, but I was very emotional about losing my peons. I need to get good again. Not that I think I ever was good, because I was almost literally an infant the last time I played it, but still.
Right.
You're gonna get good. You just watch.
Right. So we've got that coming up, and then we've got a bunch of stuff. Let's see, in current BFA. Let's just talk current BFA for right now. We talked about Firelands Timewalking already. We have talked about Feast of Winter Veil, which is happening now. When does that run through?
I think January 2nd, I think.
Okay.
It is into the new year.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. And then don't forget about the New Year's fireworks and stuff like that as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm doing.
That's going to be coming up while we're on break, essentially.
And is the gift under the tree, that is just Christmas Day, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we don't know what that is?
We don't think we do.
No, we don't think we do at this point. But yeah, don't forget to ignore the relatives for a couple of minutes. Give them some sherry, sit them on the couch, and run yourself out to the computer and get the gift under the tree.
I'll be on a plane, maybe getting back home that night. So we'll see if I can actually make it to the tree or not.
Good
I
luck.
might not be able to. Oh well.
I think you can. I don't know. It'll last for like 2 days or something.
All right.
The 24th and the 25th.
I'm reading in chat that you can open it any time after the 25th. So Christmas Day until event ends. That's not confirmed, but chat are way more accurate than me.
Yeah.
Sure.
It seems
sure.
right.
I get you. And I have a buzzing going on in the studio. That's weird.
Is it a bug?
No, it's like a beeping. It's like a constant beeping in the studio.
Is this a bit that we don't know about?
No, because
I'm not prepared.
It's just in my ear, and I don't know if anybody can hear it. So I'm just gonna move on. Although it's pretty annoying, and it's probably only when I talk that you might be able to hear it. Anyway, I wanted to talk about Eternal Palace nerfs. There are Eternal Palace nerfs that are coming for now. I mean, like, is it today that they were releasing these? I think so.
Yeah.
Just to make sure everybody can get their AOTCs and stuff like that.
Yep. Which is nice.
So it's like a 5% nerf.
Yeah, I think this is pretty standard.
Yeah, this isn't necessarily AOTC related because these are Mythic changes. So I think this is This is Blizzard looking at the, with all the information, stats, and analysis that they look at there. They're looking at the information, going, "Okay, we've literally got through everyone who's good now, and everyone left is horrible. So we're just going to we're going to give you a little push over the line."
Yeah.
And,
sorry, it's cutting edge related, right?
Cutting edge related, yeah.
All right. Say, I'm gonna take a quick break, and I'm gonna play this music while I try to address this beeping noise.
I can hear it now. You mentioned it.
Right. So
make sure it's like not a carbon monoxide alarm or something
like
that.
No, it's not. Yeah. I know what it is.
When you're like flopping down on the camera in front of me.
Do you smell eggs?
No, not yet. So I'll be back in just 1 second.
It's just elf on the shelf.
Entertain yourselves, I guess. So I'm gonna unceremoniously just shut down the music. Hi, everybody. So we have a problem.
We have many problems.
We have one problem in particular, and that problem is going to be that this is the screen that you're going to be seeing for the rest of the show. One of the problems about having a studio where one part relies on the other part is that if one of the parts goes down, the whole thing kind of gets a little weird. So, sorry for the video folks and for the Twitch folks. You won't be able to see us for the rest of the show, but we'll still be talking because we still have a podcast to put out and we still have a lot to talk about. You know, that's just what it is, right?
Yes.
So I know what I'm going to be asking from Great Father Winter.
A sensual back rub?
Well, maybe that. You never know. That could probably help.
Couldn't hurt.
No, it couldn't hurt. Couldn't hurt anything. So where were we? Where were we in the show?
We were talking about something beeping.
Yes, we were talking about something beeping, and I think we were also talking about Eternal Palace nerfs.
Yes.
And it just being for cutting edge, mythic guys that haven't cleared yet, right?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Cutting edge guys. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. All right. So there's that. And then we also got word, was it today or yesterday, about your Residuum?
Yes.
What's going on, Thyst?
So they said that they've been seeing players talking about saving Titan Residuum for season 4, and they wanted to make sure that we knew that that's not necessary. You don't have to do that. In fact, you shouldn't. With Visions of N'Zoth content update, the game will automatically convert your Titan Residuum into silver at the start of season 4. They'll set the drop rates of Titan Residuum and the prices of the items that it buys lower to values and stuff. So Titan Residuum will work in season 4 just like it did in seasons 2 and 3. So you're golden. It's okay.
But use up what you got.
Yeah.
Before that hits, because I mean, you know, if nothing else, I mean, it just is free gear for off spec or whatever. But just use it, otherwise it's going to turn into silver, and who needs that?
Well, unless you really want some silver.
I mean, but we've got a 5 million gold mount to buy, Thyst. We're not going to get it with a handful of silver. Well, I'm not buying it by myself. I
gave up on that mount the second I learned about it.
I think what we should do, I have an idea. Thyst.
Oh, no.
Stats,
I don't want to.
Myself, we'll gather up about 400 or 500 other people, and we'll pool our money, and we'll buy one mount, and we'll just share it.
That's good in principle.
See?
It's good in principle.
It's really good.
I feel like there's going to be a lot of problems with that going forward.
So just send all of your gold over to me on any of my Airy Peak characters, and we'll get everything all thrown together.
So it's going to be an alliance thing. Is that it?
No. I'm willing to share with Horde for the mount.
Oh,
I mean,
really? How is that?
I don't know how it's going to happen.
I'm going to start a website called Gold Fund Me, and that's how I'm going to get my money.
Oh, no.
That's not bad, though.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And I think I can probably wangle my way up to 4 million, 5 million, whatever it is.
Yeah, it's
I'd
5
give
million.
you 5 million gold if I had it.
It's 5 million.
And also more.
Ugh.
That's a lot of gold. I'll never see that much.
Right. Well, okay. On this very, very broken show, I hear a beep, I turn it off, and then I come back and nothing's working.
Oh, man.
Right. So we might as well go into 8.3 news. And because of my computer setup, I'm playing this.
Torment awaits.
You're probably not wrong. So let's talk a little bit about what's going to be happening in 8.3. And we found out some stuff this week as well. Speaking of Mythic Raiders before, it looks like for the final boss, for Ny'alotha himself, we don't know what's going on.
Yeah, so there's like a secret last phase going on, which that's not a new deal, you know, like
No.
there's quite often Mythic last bosses will have like a special, you did it, here now do more stuff kind of switcheroo type. It's like, have you guys ever beat it? Have you guys ever beat Diddy Kong Racing on the N64?
Yeah.
And then your prize is doing everything again except backwards.
Right.
Oh man,
That's the best prize ever.
that's one of the worst moments of my childhood.
Well, you know, we all have to live through that stuff. That's all right.
Guess.
And stats apparently they're also because of the fight is so long and you know first phases are boring anyway. Apparently they're just getting rid of it for Mythic. They're getting rid of the first phase of that fight.
Yeah, they're just saying you're good enough already. Here you go. Like, get on with the rest of it. And so, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. This secret stuff is good. I can't recall. Do you see the secret stuff when people are testing it, or is that going to be found out for the first time when on a race to world first? It's exactly what it is.
It depends on how far they get into the testing of everything.
Yeah.
I hope it's not revealed. I'd love the next race to world first to have the secret last phase that just pops in. They think they've got it. They're about to nerd scream, and boom, they dropped into another room, and they've got another 25 minutes to fight for. So, yeah, I love this stuff. I like when they make Mythic different.
And it'll be cool too because we'll be able to see. We might be able to see some of the strategizing happening live on stream. Not just the trial and error stuff, but actually maybe some of the behind the scenes strategizing. Probably not live, but hopefully afterward they might be able to do some like videotaping of the conversations that were happening for this last Mythic phase. So
Yeah, that'd be cool.
yeah, that'd be sweet.
Oh, wouldn't it be great to have a window to that world though?
Well,
just hearing the heads getting together and talking about what they need to do and how it might work and what things they're gonna. That stuff's super interesting.
Like some of the smartest guys in WoW getting together and crunching numbers.
Yes, I love that.
And having it not be a total farce, you know, where all of a sudden they just rush in anyway and get killed by dragons, you know, something like that. Not just a 33 and a third repeating, but. You know, repeating, of course. Sorry.
With dragons.
Right.
For no reason.
Right. It'd be interesting. So other than that, we've also got, you know, there's in 8.3 we've got a lot of stuff coming up as far as lots of different content. We've got the new raid, of course, and then we've also got these the visions and the horrific visions and like all of these different things happening where you can go in with your friends and blah, 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 do all this stuff. But now we have, in the visions of Ny'alotha, you can become a turncoat. Is that correct?
Yeah.
What's the haps on this one?
So you can turn into a servant of Ny'alotha, and it lets you kill members of your own faction. Only in Kul Tiras and Zandalar. If you have war mode on.
Sure.
So like, I don't know how I feel about that, you know? Well,
How in any world is this going to work well?
yeah,
No, it's not. I mean, but they did this during MOP, right? I mean, they did this on the island, on the Timeless Isle, right?
yeah,
Where you
and
could
it
kill your own folks.
kind of, and like it takes a lot. Like you have to do a bunch of stuff, turn on war mode, defeat 10 members of the opposing faction without dying. You know, it's not going to be an easy thing to be able to do.
This is horrible, and it's all just for a title, right?
Well, that's going to be a super easy thing to do, surely. I mean, you're going to have 10 of your guild members go, all right, I'll lie down for you, and then it's done.
Yeah, just kill your raid team.
That's the way I'm doing it.
Well,
I'm
sure.
gonna wait till we're just about to start raid, and then, but there's no way.
But you also, so you have to defeat 10 members of the opposite faction without dying, and then it gives you a thing which will help you turn into an enemy for your own teammates, and then you kill those guys without dying. So,
oh, I see. So you have you have a window of that opens after you've done that first actually quite hard thing. It's not easy to go kill 10 members of the other faction without dying.
Right. So
Yeah,
I tracked my statement. That's gonna suck.
It's a little bit more difficult, apparently.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's hard, but I don't know. Just like to me, world PvP, I'm fighting for the Horde. You know. Like I'm trying to make the world a better place for my faction, and
well, you already lost the fourth war.
Would you stop it with the fourth war, Pat?
So I mean, I don't understand why you're trying to make it better. I mean, you only have 2 leaders left or whatever, because now that Sylvanas is yeeted out of there, and
like literally,
right? and so there's, I mean, you know, there's nobody left. I don't know what you're fighting for, man.
Come on now.
What are you fighting for?
That's why it's good to be a fence sitter. Sit on the fence, play both factions. When one of them's a bit crap, just play the other one.
Yeah,
I'm not a fair weather faction person. It's for the Horde. And listen, we've got Thrall, we've got Princess Talanji, we've got the Jedi ghost of fallen troll leaders.
Sure.
Who maybe could be a real, I don't know. We got people. It's fine. I'll do it. People already call me war chief on a daily basis. It's fine.
Right.
I volunteer.
It would be nice for Alliance to have a little bit of drama like that, but I think we're just going to have like Win be our king for the next 30 years. So
Most likely.
Well, you know, there are worse things, I guess, out there that could happen. But you know, having Manduin lead the Alliance for forever, that's not so terrible.
And he's loved, and no one's going to kill him. It's just
and he's got to go through the whole thing of finding a partner, and then having a child, and then raising that child before he dies miserably.
Yeah,
you know, somehow.
Yeah.
So probably from Sylvanas.
He's gonna like shack up with a member of the Horde, like a Horde race.
Well, I mean, they were hinting at in the last, what was it, in the last in 8.2 when that began, they were kind of hinting at all of these different couples hooking up.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I remember.
Now we just need to see that actually happen. Just need to see
or
some of that. Bow chicka bow bow.
Or we get, you know, the Horde gets sick of Manduin altogether, and we just go burn him down like a tree, as it were.
Wow. That got violent.
Too soon.
Sorry.
too soon. Right. So that's gonna be so if you want to kill your own teammates in the visions of N'Zoth, now you know the way to it. That's the important thing. Also in 8.3, they've been talking about how you know, it's gonna be easier for your alts a little bit. Unfortunately, like the essences, those are not going to be account wide. They're not. People were talking about it last week, and they're going, "No, it's true. It's going to happen." We had somebody on the raid team say, "No, it's going to happen. I heard that was going to be the case." No.
It's always some guy on the raid team spreading misinformation. It's like, "Oh yeah, well my guy said last night that this," and it's like, "Oh yeah, well my guy said this."
Right. And so one of the guys on the raid team said, No, it's a thing. It's gonna happen. And a lot of the raid team was like, "Oh, nice, sweet, that's great." And I'm like, but it's not. They said it's not, and it's not. But now you can actually grind rep a little bit easier because now they're going to have tokens, right? So like account-wide tokens that you can share.
I'm down with it.
I have problems with this, though.
Oh, no.
But that sort of mean that some of the essences are pretty much free at that point anyway, right? Not account wide, but I mean, if the ability to purchase them is made account wide, then they are technically account wide.
Well, no, the ability to purchase them is based on rep for some of this stuff, right? So for the Mechagon stuff and for the Nazjatar stuff, which is the one that's the reps that are being that we have these tokens for 8.3. Those are based on your reputation. And so you don't get the rank 3 essence until you're revered or whatever, right?
Okay.
And I think they've knocked that down a little bit and make it a little bit easier. However, for these tokens, it's still, at least on the PTR right now, it costs 20 prismatic mana pearls, which means that you have to do a bunch of grinding anyway. Because it takes a while. It takes a while to get those.
It does. You're right.
For 250 rep? That doesn't seem right. It should be like 5. I am so sick of that place.
You've had it out for that place like this whole time.
I'm just so done with it. But I still got to go back in there and buy rank 3 essence of one of my specs. So
yes, that's important.
But it costs 50, and it's just it's such a pain.
Just let it all out now here in the public, Pat.
Mm-hmm. And the same thing with Mechagon. I like the places. I just don't want to be in there all day.
Tell us why. Let it out, man. That's it.
So draining.
So better?
A little bit. Feel a little bit better.
Yeah, go play Classic for a bit and then realize how easy you have it.
Yeah.
That's another thing that I want to talk about.
That's what you need to do.
That's another thing I want to talk about.
I'm telling you, when you're ready to moan, you need to go play Classic for a couple of days, and then you come back, and then you go into the other zones, and it's easy. That's your reputation.
Couple of days, couple of minutes. That's all I need. Then I go, no.
You can create that illusion for yourself, Pat.
It's okay. I've got plenty of stuff to do in BFA. Even without going to Nazjatar or Mechagon. So
yeah, you can't even. That's how bad Nazjatar is. You can't even really say it properly.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh.
Nazjatar.
You know what, Pat? You changed my mind. I was okay about it, but now I'm not.
Oh wow, Pat, your whining actually accomplished something.
Look at that. Yeah. One down.
Like
millions left. Millions left, and make sure if you want to, if you like this content and you want to hear it more, just send all your gold over to my tunes on Airy Peak, and we can get that mount together.
Nobody's gonna do that for you.
No, please don't. Please don't do that. Nobody should do that. That's not the way to go. Should we talk DKs for a second?
Yeah.
Okay. So DKs in 8.3. This is cool stuff. So they've got a couple of different things. Number one, they've got a little cosmetic change that's going on, which I think is creepy. But cool. But cool. Cool and creepy. You know what I mean?
Very cool.
And then they also have like a little bit of flavor text that's going on because the DKs of old and the DK and the new DKs, like the pandas and the other allied races that we've come to know, those guys are all going to be able to be DKs as well. What's the difference? There's no real difference, right?
No, not really.
So it's just that they get a new spell. It's called Veteran of the Fourth War, whereas the original DKs are Veterans of the Third War.
Yep, works exactly the same.
Works the same.
Yeah.
Nice.
But the cosmetic update, that's the cool thing.
All right. I'll let you talk about the cosmetic thing. Go ahead.
That's the cool one. So You know how? Okay. You know how? Here, wait.
You know how? Okay.
You know, okay. When you
Okay.
look at the Lich King, you know how like his eyes were like smoking. You know, like they would be like glowing, but then there'd also be like the, that's like floating up, and it's like, whoa, it looks cool.
Yeah.
We get that as Death Knights. So all the Death Knights get a nice smoky eye.
Is this a nighttime look? Is this like an evening wear
Yes,
type
absolutely.
of situation? The
It would
smoky
not
eye.
be a daytime look for sure, but you might have a helmet on if you're a DK. So, but yeah, it's just an extra little flair. It looks really freaking cool. It'll probably look cool on every race, honestly. And
Right.
yeah, I love that. I love those little attention to detail moments.
It's creepy and cool.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know. Have you come up with a new joke for this stats yet?
For Death Knights?
Yeah, for this stuff that we just are looking at now.
Not yet, no.
All right.
My Death Knight jokes are a little bit old, so I'll have to think about it. Let me see if I can wrangle something up.
Work something up. Just workshop it right here in the show.
Yeah,
we could do that.
Death Knight eye glow, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll let you think on it a little bit.
You will allow it.
Yes, absolutely. And while he's doing that, we could talk about the new change, or actually the new transmoggable item that we can go into, which is the backpack.
Yes.
Rathion has a backpack he will sell you, and you can transmog your cloak into it. Is that the way it goes?
Yes.
And
it's a cloak. It's a Rathion themed backpack that can be used for transmog.
And apparently on the PTR right now, it's looking kind of tiny.
It's very small. It's like
It's
a mini backpack.
It's like one of those tiny backpacks from like the early 2000s.
Yeah, I have a couple of those from Forever 21.
Yeah.
Very
Right.
small. It's like that song, like, don't expect to get your bloody black backpack back. You remember that one?
No.
Really?
No. Stats, do you remember that one?
No.
No.
Backpacks, like, you get into chat. Help me out. Okay.
Yeah, it's
on,
like a purse backpack, Webley. Exactly. It's like a tiny little backpack with very long straps because it's so tiny. So it's mostly...
Yeah, I will not cover your butt if that's
No.
the thing that you're... Okay, the band is Stroke 9. It's called Little Black Backpack. It's a thing.
All right. All right. I'll just trust you on this.
Thank you.
This is I'm not going to say you're wrong because I'm sure that I am. But I don't remember that at all.
Oh, yeah, maybe it is Canadian. I always do that. I'll say something.
Oh.
And they'll be like, everybody will be like, what is that? And I'll be like, oh, it's Canadian. I didn't realize. No, it's not. Okay, anyway, sorry.
But it's a thing.
It's a thing. So that's what I thought of.
It's a real thing. Okay.
But the cool thing is, like, this is indicative of maybe more transmog options down the line. You know, like if we want a backpack looking transmog instead of a cape, like if
Right.
I'm one of those people who never shows cape, and if I do, it's indeed one of those little tiny ones that hangs off the shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
But if I had the option to make it look like a backpack or something similar, I know a lot of people go for transmogs where it looks like maybe their main is a scribe or something, and so you might have a lot of bags and stuff, like the scribe in Dragonheart the movie with Dennis Quaid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But this could be a thing. Like maybe like what's next? Like maybe instead of shoulders, we'll have more backpacks, more bags. Instead of belts, we'll have fanny packs.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
Don't say that to a Brit because that means something different.
Sorry. This is like a bum bag. Is that what?
Bum bag, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Funny. I said funny packs. It's a funny pack. I'm not allowed to say the word fanny.
Right.
I know. I'm sorry.
Right.
I know.
So yeah. And maybe we'll see something more. So it's just another fun new thing that people can toy around with and see and transmog into and all that kind of cool stuff. So that's nice. Bunch of cosmetic stuff for 8.3.
I love it.
Yes. And Icy Veins actually came out with something that I'm going to skip to, and it's the 10 things to do before patch 8.3 goes live. And patch 8.3 is just right around the corner, right? I mean, it's essentially going to hit early January.
Yeah.
You'd think, right?
I mean, I hope so.
Okay. Right. I mean,
I don't know.
Me too. I think people are kind of done with 8.2. So I think it's good. It'll be good.
Yeah.
And among these different things are, these top 10 things are achievements like AOTC and all that kind of stuff. Stats, do you have any achievements that you're going to be shooting for?
You know what? I wouldn't mind AOTC actually. I'm hoping I can get enough raiding done before then, but we'll see. If that's a goal, if there's any goal that I'd go for, it's probably that. Get the AOTC done, and yeah, the clock is ticking.
Right, and we also have like the Keystone Conquerors and Keystone Master stuff as well for Season 3 before Season 4 starts. So make sure to be doing your all your Mythic pluses, right?
Exactly.
And then level your alts and stats. You're doing that, and Thyst, you don't have any.
No way, man. I don't live the alt life.
And I'm doing it with my shaman, although, you know, I'm sure that after she hits 120, it'll be for naught.
Yes.
Basically just put her back in storage and say, oh, that was fun.
Put her back in storage.
Yeah. You know. My shaman Shakira.
Oh, no.
Hips don't lie.
That's right. Yes. She's pretty great. Pretty fun to play, but I don't know. I don't know if I can main a shaman again. We'll see. Let's see. Complete unlock requirements for the new allied races. So make sure to get exalted with the Voldenai or the Rustbolt Resistance or both. So that you can, or actually, yeah, you can get it for both. Yeah, as long as you have tunes on both sides.
Yeah.
You're fine. So are you planning on doing any of these allied races here, Stats?
I think I've got them pretty much all done. I'm trying to finish off. I'm trying to finish off the two on the Alliance side, which is the Dark Iron Dwarves and the Kultiran, and they're nearly done. So I'll have all the allied races done, which is the one bonus of playing both factions. This.
Yeah. I like Dark Iron Dwarves too.
Oh, they're the best. Oh, in terms of actually decent customizations, the Burning Beards, it doesn't get any better than that.
So nice. The
burning and itching.
The Burning Beards. It's the Battle of the Burning Beards. Right. So we've got that. We've got let's see.
I like number 5 because I'm actually working on that right now.
You're hoarding the Seafarer's doubloons? I
am. So apparently they're adding new doubloon traders that sell mounts and battle pets and cosmetic items and stuff. But I'm working towards that Albatross mount because I think it's legit.
And
I love it.
And we all know that you can't kill an Albatross in WoW. So
yeah, and you all know that I love birds. So
there.
Albatross, they just have a really impressive wingspan.
They really do.
They do.
Especially when you have a Tauren riding one.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, I want that bird, and I'm excited to see what new things we're going to be able to save up for. I'm excited.
Nice.
So tell me about albatrosses and why they can't be killed. I missed this conversation.
Well, I mean, it's seagulls. Any white bird in WoW, I don't think can really be killed. It needs
Except
to have
for those white birds in Mop that flew over Half Hill. You remember those guys?
Oh yeah, those guys.
You?
Yeah, those guys were easy. They were okay.
They were ornery.
They were okay. They were annoying, but they were okay. But
you know, what was the best daily in that entire Mop was that Amorous Rooster mount. You had to like quench him and like throw him in a puddle because he'd be after the hens. You remember that? The Amorous Rooster.
No, I don't.
What? No,
that was a long time ago.
You have to like grab him and like chuck him in the water.
There were so many weird little games and stuff like that. and the quests. Like you had to punt the marmot, and you had to,
Yeah, you had to go up there.
You had to have that one, I can't remember what it's called, but you had to have him like spit a watermelon half a mile or something to
something like that.
The next place. I don't remember. So there were so many silly little games like that all throughout MoP. It's crazy.
MoP was great for that. It's one of the best expansions there.
It was super fun. I think MoP gets a bad rap for a lot of things.
Yeah.
Not as much as WoD does, but it's some people are like, no, MoP was horrible. I can't believe that they did that. Of course, there's always somebody for every expansion that says
exactly.
That was
there's people out there that think the garrisons are the best thing ever. There's people that still play the garrisons.
Yeah, I went back. So I was leveling up my Kultiran some more, and I was started going through Warlords of Draenor, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do the beginning of Warlords of Draenor just to get to the garrison, and then I'm gonna just try to dungeon through it or do AV or something like that. And so I actually got 2 levels by doing that, but I had to go through all the questing to get to the garrison. As soon as the garrison popped up, I went, yes, I remember why I hated this now.
Mm-hmm.
Aw. What's my favorite?
Hated it. I don't know. But, I still wanted a place to rest my head.
Of course.
Got to do that. Let's see. Other things on this list. Reach Exalted with Goblin and Worgen factions if you're not yet. So you can get their heritage armor. If you want to get the top hat or the rocket shoulders or anything like that.
Yeah. I like the legendary weapons. That's a good pursuit.
Oh yeah, the legendary weapons.
Finally, Thunder Fury.
Yeah, because you'll be able to transmog into those now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good.
Did you say Thunder Fury?
Someone said it.
Blessed Blade of the Windseeker?
What?
Huh? Did someone say that?
I didn't hear anything.
Me either. All right. And let's see other things. Oh yeah, prismatic mana pearls. Collect those up as much as possible.
Do it, Pat.
If you can be in that zone, please do it. If you can't, I guess you won't.
Yeah.
In Nazjatar, or however you pronounce it. Nazjasabar.
I prefer it over freaking what was it? What was that place in Legion that was unbearable?
With those Vashjir, do you remember that?
Oh.
I like Vashjir.
Vashjir. Yeah, that was another terrible one you couldn't name.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The terrible place in Legion.
Yeah.
Was it the island?
Well, it was like the whole thing was the island. It was the Broken Isles.
Well, I know, but was it one of the? I mean, it was the.
Oh, Suramar, the city.
Oh, Suramar. Yeah.
Where you would just like get your butt handed to you no matter what, and then you'd hide in a basket.
Yes.
And you'd just be in there for hours.
See,
afraid to move or breathe, and then somebody would be coming by, and they'd be like, "What was that? What was that? What would they say that was like really triggering?"
Something about
illusion.
Yeah, an illusion. What are you hiding? And it's like,
what are you hiding?
Nothing. Okay, I'm hiding in a basket. Okay, a wicker basket. I'm just trying to go and stomp on some grapes. I'm not hiding anything. Could you please leave me alone? I need to do this. Okay, like I've got a daily. And then they'd figure you out, and then you'd run to like the boat system, and you'd swim away, and they'd kill you anyway.
Yes, trying to be sneaky. Actually, that was kind of one of the benefits of being a druid, was at least that I could sneak through that pretty well. And then once flying hit, it was fine,
Yeah.
But
I think that I was the same. I was a rogue in that expansion, so I never had that kind of stress.
Oh, okay
right.
Then.
Right.
But if you're gonna play a mage, good luck.
I don't need luck.
Why didn't you just turn them all into sheep?
Why don't you just no? I
Hey,
can
you know
only use
what?
that one at a time.
Why don't you just use one or both of your blinks? And
I did a lot.
A lot.
A lot.
All right. So those are some ideas as far as some of the things you can do before 8.3. And as always, just kind of, I think the wise thing is to just look ahead, see what you may need, especially if you're going to be playing alts in 8.3, and then save up as much as possible.
Can do.
All right. Another thing. So I don't necessarily want to get into it on this show because I know that neither of you guys heal. But
What?
I know that you guys don't heal.
We don't.
You're not healers.
It's a bit mean, Pat. I tried my best. Might have lost one arena match. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
and then you're just going to call me a non-healer for the rest of the time?
So
kind
you're
of judgmental of you.
You're not. You don't play a healer as your main.
What?
Maybe I should say that.
What if I wanted to? What if I was trying and you just hurt my feelings?
You could do what
Way to
you
limit
want.
him.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to trigger. So maybe stats. If you and I want to chat about the healing meta for 8.3, we can do that. It seems like they're trying to do some. Just as like an FYI for all you healers out there, it seems like they're trying to make some balance changes, but I don't think it's going to work, especially if you're in a competitive team. And I'll just put it that way: if you're really trying to break ground with your team, it still looks like the damage dealers are going to probably. I mean, the damage healers, namely Disc Priest and Pallies, are still going to be key.
Yeah.
So
Damage the healers.
They're damage healers because they do damage even while they're healing. They don't have to like have this big trade-off. So
Yeah.
So it seems like there's still going to be a thing for rating for the most part, which kind of blows. But then again, you look over at Mythic Pluses and it's mostly druids, especially the higher keys you get. So I don't know. Healing is broken right now.
Everything's always broken.
Yeah.
So we've got that going for us.
Yeah.
Nice. And I don't know if you guys have anything to say on that, but I'm just kind of letting folks know. They're trying to do some balance changes. I don't think it's going to work.
It'll be fine.
It'll be
Everything
okay.
always works out in the end. Yeah, WoW.
It'll be okay. Don't get me wrong. And especially if you're on like a casual team, play what you want. Who cares?
Yes,
Yeah.
always play what you want.
Exactly.
Unless
I
it's
think
detrimental to your team.
The Raider.io charts are interesting though. On the certainly on the link that you sent me there, Pat.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, there are some huge differences in terms of the class population for people doing Mythic 15s, Mythic 20s. Especially, I mean, it's just Druid all the way through.
It's like 60, 70% druids, 80%, you know. It just is dominated by druids.
Yeah.
It's, you know, when you can run and gun as a druid, I mean, it's just always going to be better. And plus it's all the utility that they bring. So, yeah, it's interesting. I just wish that it translated to raid somehow. And I wish that Disc Priests would just disappear. That just for whatever. You know,
Wow.
I like Holy Priests. They're fine. They're fine.
So-
That's nice.
Yeah.
All
It's just-
Pat wants for Christmas is
Dude,
Disc Priest to disappear.
It's like ever since I started healing as my main, and this goes back to Siege of Orgrimmar, really. Disc Priests were amazing in Siege, and Druids were horrible. So I got benched for our heroic kill that took so many wipes to get.
Aw.
Yeah, I know. I was kind of bummed about that one. Oh well.
Who dares bench
Oh well,
Pat?
spilt milk. It's all fine. It's all fine. And speaking of spilt milk, let's go into classic news.
Let the suffering commence.
Yeah. So now we talked about how last week Warsong Gulch and Alterac Valley started last week. And have they fixed it? Have they fixed AV that you're aware of? I don't think they have. Did they?
I mean, I know I heard people playing it.
Right, and
of people playing it. So
people were playing it, but I think that the thing was just Zerg it, just go to Drek or whatever. It was called Drek or Keck. That's what they called it. Where it's just like, hey, go to Drek, kill him, or go to the end guy, kill him as fast as possible, and that's the game.
It's Drek yourself before you wreck yourself.
Oh my god.
I just
I like that one better.
Good.
I like that one better.
It's the cold meds.
Nice. So I mean, and it seems like that's the way it's going, and I've heard people arguing that, you know, it should change because of this, and I've heard people say it shouldn't change because this is the way it was. And I don't know where you guys stand on it, but I'm fine with it.
They keep running into this issue of it being the way it was, and the fact it's not the way it was,
right.
And they have to make changes to try and make it more like it was, but it's not like it was when they make the change. It gets a little bit confusing, and I'm starting to see in Classic that there's that divergence that's causing those issues. Yes, they've made the changes, but they've made changes to try and fix something that couldn't be amended to how it was before because it's played differently. So, long story short, I don't know if this really solves what they're trying to solve, and should they be doing it in the first place.
I don't know if it's something that they really need to solve. You know,
exactly.
I think it's just kind of play it out, and whatever happens, and this is the way it is, and if you don't like it, don't play. But then you have people that are like, yeah, but this is a fast way to earn PvP ranks, and it's like, okay, then do that.
Exactly, and you've still got a lot of the community who are working hard to get those ranks up. So,
and Jarosar's in chat right now, you know, and technically PvP. That's his podcast. What do you think, Jar? I'll let you respond, and we'll get back into the news. But you know, it's just kind of an interesting problem that Classic has. Just
Classics. I mean, it's an interesting discussion point, perhaps for a future show, more depth. But Classic has definitely plateaued a little bit. So you know, the hype train has left the station, and there are things that are I don't want to say stagnating, but you know, I do wonder where the population's at, how many people are actually in Classic now. Some big Classic streamers who aren't streaming Classic at the moment, and that initial, what was a good 2-3 month 4 month hype train, it does seem to be running out of puff a little bit at the moment. So be interesting to see where that's at in the new year.
I do like to see how the streamers are using like new things like Battlegrounds and so on, to try to come up with new content for their viewers, and that's always kind of neat to see how like they jump into AV and they're like, "Yep, all right, let's go," you know, everybody, and just kind of take all the back roads through AV or whatever, or maybe it's the 3-on-3 Warsong Gulch, or you know, whatever kind of stupid contest that they can come up with. That's kind of fun. Because we never got to see that in vanilla, because you couldn't see anything in like online in vanilla.
Nope, it was all hearsay.
Because it was like not there.
One guy in trade chat talking about what he did, and everyone's like, "Whoa, really?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure, I totally did that." And then he goes and recounts it on alakazam.com, and everyone's like, "Whoa, this guy's total badass. That's crazy." Right.
And then that's when you'd see all the Swifty videos and stuff like that, and you'd see the conclusion of it, which is this amazing huge crit, right? Mm-hmm. And you just bash somebody in the head and just like for all of their health plus more. And you never actually got to see the setup where it was just like, all right, here's the long setup.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff. So I don't know. I think that's about it. Oh, also in Classic, paid character transfers are available. Last week we said that the code was in the game. Now it is actually available. So if you want to pay to transfer your characters somewhere other than Fairlena or White Mage or one of those PvP servers, that are just nutso. You can do that. It's $25, you know.
Fair.
I don't know. I think if you're gonna pay for a transfer, I think it pays better in Classic to do that than to level up a new tune to 60. Ugh. Oh
yeah. That is not a fun job.
No, leveling Classic is hard. It's hard work.
It is.
It's work.
It is very difficult. So, I don't know. All right, with that, I think we're gonna get out of here, unless you guys have something else.
Well, I mean, as the last show of the year,
yeah,
this was interesting.
This was as the last show of the year. This was one of them.
Yep. Better luck next year.
actually, this kind of concludes the show pretty well. We don't have video running currently. We haven't had it running since about halfway through because there was a beeping noise, and I decided to investigate because it was too loud. And that's what happens, especially after like a 5-minute. Actually, it was more like 15 minute something intermission. So, thank you guys for all sticking around. And I'm talking to not just the Twitch chat, but also to Thyst and Stats, because
of course.
Thank you guys for hanging out as well.
Can't get rid of us that easy.
Yeah. And for all of you guys watching the video on YouTube, once again, I apologize. And for you guys listening to the audio, you got it good this week.
Yeah.
So
you all right?
So there. Anything happening over the break for you guys?
No.
Nothing. I think. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Stats. What do you got?
I got all the family in town, so I'm just enjoying the last couple of days of sobriety before it goes downhill pretty quickly. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the next couple of weeks where I can just chill with my fam and have a nice relaxing time with people I haven't seen for a while. So looking forward to that. And I want to wish you guys Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and I hope you have a lovely time. It's a good time of year.
Yeah, it is, and I'll be going off to Colorado to the mountains to go play with my family a little bit. Maybe go skiing. I don't know. We'll see.
Please don't.
We'll see. I like to go fast though, Thyst. I like to go, 60 miles an hour plus.
Then you know what, Pat? Snowmobiling.
Ooh, that would be dangerous up there.
Be careful. One of my uncles died doing that. I think I'm going to be streaming on Christmas.
What's that?
I think I'm going to be streaming on Christmas.
Oh, all right.
I don't have anything else to do, so maybe I'll catch those people who also don't have anything to do.
Sure.
We do Christmas together.
There's always people that have the Christmas chill thing going on, so
yeah,
that's nice. And I think that Thyst, you and I actually talked about doing a
Boxing Day show.
A Boxing Day show, just the two of us, just kind of chilling out, but also to announce the winners for the contest this week. And again, what is the question of the week, Thyst?
What was your favorite thing in game, meaning WoW, in 2019?
Yeah, all right. And you can make sure to answer that on Twitter and or Discord. If you're answering on Twitter, make sure to @ConvertToRaid and also use the hashtag Winner Veil CTR. If you think of it, that would be great. And we look forward to seeing your answers because they were great this last week. I can't wait.
Yeah, they really were.
Can't wait to see what's up for best moments of 2019 for you guys. So there we go. And make sure to follow these guys. WarCraft Stats @WarCraft Stats on Twitter. Thyst @Thyst03. Pretty much everywhere, right? So make sure to do that and follow the show at ConvertToRaid. Me at Pat Crane with a K. That's about it. And head over to ConvertToRaid.com. That's where we have all our audios and videos and things like that. So, Thyst, Stats, thank you guys.
Welcome.
And Thyst, I may talk to you, but Stats, have a happy holidays, of course, and a wonderful new year.
And you too, guys. Lots of love.
We'll see everybody in 2020. Well, we'll actually probably see you before that. But for those guys that aren't going to be listening to us for whatever reason over the holidays, we will see you again in 2020. Full cast show. So there we go.
Yeah. Woo!
Twitch, thank you guys for always being weird, and thank you guys for bringing us with you wherever you go. That's it for us. And until next time, see y'all later. Until then, bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.